So in terms of discerning God's will for us, I think most of us want God to somehow post us a recipe in the mail or drop it out of heaven, send it in an email, something like first you do this, then you do this, and here's the list of things you need. You know, that's what I want. I want just really clear outlines so that I don't let God down and I don't let myself down, and that's all nice. But I don't know about you, but when I actually think about it, when I cook and I have a recipe in front of me, I don't even necessarily follow it. Like I'll look at it and go, oh, I know it says honey, but I'm allergic to honey, so I might use brown sugar instead, or just to make a guess as to, you know, what the approximate is for that. And we don't have any of that, so I'll just put this in instead, or I'll try and not use it, or something like that. And then I'll look at the recipe and go, oh, why would you do it that way? I'll just switch it around because I think it works better when you do this. And that is so how I cook, so that if you ask me for the recipe of what I did, I couldn't really tell you because I've forgotten. I'm just kind of going on instinct and working with what I've got. But if I translated that into my life, it doesn't equal doing God's will, does it? So the recipe version doesn't work because of who I am, for starters. And I suspect that there's more than one person like me out there. The very few people would actually just stick to the recipe God gives them exactly and do nothing different. But the other thing, and probably the most important thing that I realized when I pondered on this whole recipe idea, is that God didn't make us to be a set of recipe following robots. God didn't make us to achieve things in life to, you know, get to the end and hand him a perfect sponge cake. God made us for relationship. And because he made us for a relationship, because he made us to know him and know his love and respond to his love, it doesn't make sense to give us a recipe, because the first thing I do with a recipe is I walk off to fulfill it. Here's God sitting here wanting to hang out with me, thinking we can make chocolate chip cookies together, and here's me wandering off independently to make my chocolate chip cookies. So instead of giving me a whole recipe, which is not really in God's interest, much more in his interest to say, hey, let's go shopping for chocolate chips, without telling me why we're going shopping for chocolate chips. And then, do you own a bowl? And in this kind of strange step-by-step interactions with God, where he gives us a little bit of information or shows us something amazing or whatever, he's slowly revealing maybe the recipe for our life, for who we were made to be. But we're doing it together, because that's actually what God wants. So that whole need to come back again and again to God, what do I do next? What are we doing next? What do you think? Is all about drawing us back into his company, because that's what we're made for. We're made to live life in his company, to enjoy his love and to respond to his love.